It's good morning, and hope that today's online, that the Google Meet was pretty good for you to understand better the topic what I have taught. And today, let us move on to the topic from your chapter number 1 from development. The topic is how to compare different countries or states. Okay. You might have heard actually saying this, that America is a developed country, Japan is a developed country, Somalia is an underdeveloped country, India is a developing country, right? So, how this classification of countries are done? So basically, from these comments, we can understand the world countries or economies. World economies are classified into 3 categories or 3 groups: developed, underdeveloped, developing. Okay. So how this is made? Classification will be basing the comparison of some features or characteristics. Okay, let us see in your textbook in page number 8 and paragraph 2, there is a little example or description given. How do we compare? Suppose if we take a bunch of students of a class, or take example your own class. How do we compare the students? We compare the students by their characteristic features. We say he is tall, he is short, he is dark, he is fair, or this student is very intelligent in doing math, or the child is poor in math, or this child is very skillful in craft work. We may compare that another child is very good in drawing, painting, etc. Right? So see, this classification we compare with two people or group of people by their characteristic features. Right? Same thing. So how do we compare then countries? We cannot say this country is big, that country. We compare the economy of a country. How can we compare the economy of a country? We have to have a common criteria for that, for classifying the countries like this, right? How do we compare the development of a country? Or what is the criteria for comparing between the countries? Their income is considered to be one of the most important attribute of countries or state. Okay, did you get that point? Income is the most important criteria on which we compare 2 economies or 3 economies. Basing the income of that country, we can say that the country is developed or underdeveloped or developing. Okay, so then we need to understand, then we know that individual income. Suppose if you ask what is your income, then I say that to the salary what I get out of my job, that is my income, right? But how do you know that what is the income of a country? Country has nothing separate income, but it is the income of the people of that country. So this is one of the important point that you have to understand today and learn it. This is your homework also. What is the income of a country? Income of all residents of a country is the income of that country. Simple definition, right? Which is called the national income. The question can also be asked, what is called the national income? National income is the income nothing but the income of all residents of that country. It means that income, my income plus another person's income plus another person's, like every single individual's income collectively known as the national income or income of a country. Now we can compare the countries by their earnings, income. But there is another problem. What is the drawback or problem of this comparison? There's a problem when we take income of a country as a criteria for comparing its development. Then there's a problem. Okay, that's a suspense. We will learn that tomorrow. Okay, so far what in this topic that I have covered, learn it thoroughly. That is your duty. Today is your homework. I'm sorry that I did not change the date there over, but it is of today's fourth homework. Okay, what is the income of a country? Income of all residents of a country is the income of that country, which is called the national income. The which is called the national income is an additional wordings that I have added to that. This is an accurate wording, and don't worry about that if you did not find the word national income in your textbook. It is a perfect definition for that question. Okay, you don't worry and learn it same as it is, and you have to learn it thoroughly and write one time and send that on my WhatsApp number. Thank you, kids.